Okay, so this is a continuation of the cheapest e-bike on Amazon, and I wanted to show you guys one of the things that popped up on my news feed, which is this SoOutdoors.com news article talking about the best folding e-bikes in 2018, and they did a comparison. Now, I have no evidence that they truly tested these bikes out, but I'm assuming they did. They've rated them based on max speed. I like that idea. And their score that they placed in here as well. So let's kind of step through them. Again, I'd like it not to look like an electric bike. This first one kind of fails that. The price point on it is decent though. If we kind of go with that, here it's on Amazon for $549. I'm not totally into that style. I find that a little too, I don't know, just not that cool. So we're going to continue on. Pros and cons. I'll leave a link so you guys can scroll through this yourselves. This one I thought was really cool looking. I love, it kind of looks like, what's that dog? Kind of like a greyhound. However, the sad part was when I clicked on it, price and rating on Amazon, it looks like it's not available. So that's kind of sad. Sad story. Oh well. Anyway, but looks like the ratings are kind of like so-so, but just, I don't know, something about that just looks exotic. The battery, I think, is there in the back, so maybe this one, and that is kind of a wide hub, so it's a bit of a giveaway, but I have no idea what the price is or anything, so that one's a no-go. This one just looks weird. It's kind of a short, like, mini bike, a little mini fat tire, but not in a cool way, in my opinion, so it says best performer, if you're into that. Same thing here. I'm just not into this design. That's kind of that squatted design. Again, same here. I know a lot of these folders. Now, what do we have here, guys? Look, under a different name, but it's the same design. I really love the way this thing looks. They do mention here in the cons, they say the assembly is a bit tough. So that, and then you might face issues with low battery time and have to charge it after a day or two. I mean, I charge mine every single day, so that's not a huge problem. This one really intrigues me. Now let's check out what they've got on the price for this guy. This is the weird part. Yeah, this article is not that old. It's like August 13th, was it? Excuse my scrolling. Yeah, August 13th, 2018. But already on Amazon, it's a no-go. Can't find it, but it is under another name. So I've got it saved off. I mean, I could get it. So then I had another news article that showed up. Let's go back to this guy and finish it out. So then there's this one. Oh, there's the Archer. Yes. Now that one there's a lot going on here. A lot of fender action, a lot of, rear rack. You go over a couple of bumps, you're probably going to hear everything rattle. I don't know. There's probably some pros and cons here. Not a huge fan of that one. This is kind of cool. This one's not bad. It's got a little bit of visibility here of the battery, I'm assuming. Let's check this one out and see if we can find it on Amazon. Yes. However, 900 bones. At least it's free shipping. The shape of it and the design of the thing is pretty cool, and it appears to come with a rear fender, which isn't too bad. I don't know if I can really see if there's much. Yeah, there's a front fork suspension. Rear suspension, does it? I mean, there's some kind of twisty areas there. It doesn't seem like there's a rear suspension. 7 customer reviews. Not bad, but again, it's in a price point which, to me, if I'm going to do this, I'm gonna go up north of this and get myself a really nice bike. So not something I'd be interested in. So we're going to cancel out of there, and that's pretty much it. They get into some of the drawbacks. It's a nice article, and they get into some of these kind of more eccentric ones, which are interesting. Yeah, and I think that's about it. Get to the end. But then I had another news article come across. Now this company, it sounds really cool. This person Stark's kind of like Tony Stark, I think. Anywho, This one I was really intrigued by. Look at this, $299. Now, this isn't the one I'm interested in. Again, that's kind of that short little mini bike. But if you get into this one, it's the Drive City and the City Plus. This one, look at the price point just on this default one of 250 watt, 9 amp hours, with a distance of probably either 60 kilometers or 38 miles. And then you can then ramp up, get yourself a 350 watt motor. So it's a stronger motor, and you get the 38 miles. And for my commute, that's plenty for me. You can go higher and get a higher or bigger battery for more distance. I don't need that. So there's that. Personally, with my Rad, I'm kind of tired of the white color. So for me, I think I'm going to go with black. And then they've got a lot of nice options that come with it. All these were already checked. You can't uncheck these. USB charger, I don't get that. I'm never going to charge my phone. I guess if you really were desperate, like you needed your phone more than you needed your bike, you're going to make that decision. So maybe it's a good thing. I can't knock that. It comes with a light and it comes with a horn, which I think is a great idea. A lot of the e-bikes I've tried, they don't even have like a ding ding. Now, the one thing, I did try one bike where it had an electronic horn, but it was like really obnoxious. And you really want one to where you're just kind of, you just want to notify somebody who's walking their dog or walking and they don't see you, but you don't want to scare the heck out of them either. So hopefully that's not like an aggressive horn. Look at this. It has a rear shock. I mean, you're getting front suspension and you're getting a rear suspension. If I could find it in here somewhere, but you saw the picture. Yes, so it comes with this. Really cool. Cruise control and throttle. Cruise control, really nice. Comes with it. This I also like. Now, the computer is extra. You don't have to have it. But then I was like, I don't really need it. Like, I really don't look at my computer. But then I read further, which I don't usually do. Upgrade if you want to be able to de-restrict the max speed. So I'm going to go with yes. I would like to be able to go faster and override that. I don't know what the max speed is, but it would be definitely interesting to find out. And the rear cargo rack. So I'm thinking of getting a different kind of cargo rack. I don't know if this is really the one I want to get, but I probably am not. I'm thinking about no longer having the backpack and just putting my stuff, here, putting the backpack in there. But just like it looks really clunky. I don't know. There's something about it I don't like. So I'm thinking of going with the rear rack with, just kind of like getting a bungee cord and putting my backpack back there. Just making sure nothing's hanging over, obviously, because it'll come ripping off. So I'm going to skip those guys. I don't need a lock. I already have an ABUS bike lock exactly like this one. I am done with Fat Tire. They're nice, but I don't need it, especially for this kind of bike. I really want this as a commuter. I've got the Rad as the off-road bike, so this is plenty fine. And then this I thought was interesting. Initially, it caught my eye. I would imagine Rad Power bikes might have a slight issue with this, but look, Rad Power Upgrade, 750 watt. So that's an extra, look at the jump in price, what that does. Like, I definitely don't want that. And you know what? I'm going to go with good enough. Again, I'm trying to get south of $700, and for me, this is just overkill. Remember, you're commuting. You're going back and forth. You want to maintain relatively decent speed. You don't want to hurt anybody. And, it's good enough. I think that's the thing you got to remember. Rear light, I got plenty of rear lights. I really like that little round circular one I did the video on. Check that one out. You charge it, and like maybe once a month you have to charge it again, and it just unscrews in the back, and then you just charge it up that way and then screw it back in really quick, and it goes off when there's vibrations or at night or whatever. It's really nice. And here's another motor upgrade, so you can go from now this isn't as bad, but again, I don't want to jump higher, so I'm cool there. They also have fenders or sport fenders. Now the sport fenders I think is a cool look, but I don't really, as you guys know, I don't like doing off-roading, riding in the rain, and that's really the only time I would need them. When I'm off-roading, I'm not going to use this bike. I would use a different bike, although when I get this bike, I'm still going to try off-roading, so we'll check that out. And look at this. That is so cool. They have integrated the battery into the frame. Beautiful. They have another upgrade here, and then they have a 2-year upgrade warranty. It's $634. I'm okay taking the risk on this. It's not that bad. When you look at the specs, some really strong specs. And I highly recommend that you also, by the way, 21 gears, bouncing around. Stick with me, guys. So after trying a single gear bike, I see why you need to at least have 2 gears. And I know that's kind of pointless just to have 2, but you definitely need one for the low end, because when you're going slowly or you run out of battery, you got to pedal it, and you do need it to where you'll be able to pedal it without it being ridiculously impossible. On the high end, when you're going faster speeds, you definitely want to have a higher gear to be able to match it. Otherwise, you're pedaling, so you can't pedal that fast to feel any resistance. So it just kind of feels weird. Like you're not doing anything. It really becomes like a little motorcycle at that point. Okay, the other thing I was curious about is the weight. Let's see where the weight is. Let's see, we'll do a little search here. There we go. Okay, 18 kilograms. There we go. 41, 46 with battery. Well, obviously it's going to be with battery. So 46 pounds. Nice. And that is the hardtail versus the full suspension is a little heavier. So really not bad. And I tell you what, like I said, if you get a chance, I love what this guy said about the purpose of this bike and what they were trying to do. Let's just kind of watch it here.
I used to love biking as a kid, but as a kid you have lots of energy, you're eating a lot of sugar. As you get older, people tend to ride their bikes less and less often. One of the reasons being that they have to go to work, they have to do things where they don't want to be arriving to their destination sweaty. With electric bikes, you not only have the advantage of being able to arrive to your destination in a more composed manner, but you're also able to extend the range of where you want to travel. So instead of maybe having to take your vehicle somewhere, now you can easily take your electric bike there. My name is Oscar Stark. I'm an engineer, and I've been working within the renewable energy field for the last several years. Once the inception of electric bikes came around, I got really interested in having an electric bike myself. One of the things that was holding me back from owning one was the fact that they were so expensive. So I started investigating, why do they cost thousands of dollars? And we actually couldn't find anything that made electric bikes really expensive, except for the battery packs that were available at the time. This is why we came upon to build an electric bike for the masses that was affordable, and we wanted to make it look like a normal bicycle. One of the things that I've noticed in the electric bike market is these bikes look really electric. They have these big, ugly batteries attached to them.
Exactly.
Plus, we wanted to have an electric bike where you are able to secure it in such a way that it would be impossible for someone to steal your electric bike. What we've done here with the electric bike is you have your options. You can either go with the throttle, meaning that you don't have to pedal whatsoever, and you can get to your destination without having to worry about being sweaty or being warm. But if you're looking to exercise, you can adjust the assist mode that comes with the bicycle. So the lowest one providing you very little assist so that you can still get a bit of a workout, and with the highest one, you're almost making no effort as long as you're pedaling. Another thing that we discovered is by the time that you do get an electric bike to your door, that electric bike has actually gone through several different middlemen. So something that, might have cost $20 or $30, for example, ends up costing you $200 or $300 when it gets to your door. With my team, we were able to find a factory that was willing to produce these electric bikes for us at a price that was almost unbelievable. Our goal with this campaign is to really launch electric bikes into the mainstream so that anyone that was interested in getting an electric bike, really the cost should no longer be a factor for them. It's the same thing with the cell phone revolution. Anyone with a flip phone nowadays, they would have that more as a retro fashion accessory. Everyone else has a smartphone, and if you don't have a smartphone, the question is why. This is the same kind of thing that we're looking to achieve with our Stark Drive electric bikes. Everyone should have an electric bike, and if you don't have an electric bike, that's fine. You want to be retro and you want to live in the past, that's really cool.
I love that part.
But ultimately, you're probably going to have that retro bike for the weekends, and then when you're out going to work, you're going to be using an electric bike.
There you go. So, in any event, I do believe this is what I'm going to end up getting. So, you guys stay tuned, and we'll see what happens. Thanks. Bye. Oh man, it's always that way, isn't it? So what's interesting is, so the price is $634, then you get into shipping costs, $235. I'm just trying to keep it 700 and south. So it's a little uncomfortably above 700, still not like horrible. But then as far as the delivery, that was the thing that I read up here. So bikes are sent in batches. Typically delivery is 120 to 160 days after purchase. I don't think I can do that. They have a chat window. Let's see what they say. Plus. See if this person is going to respond. The other thing, while we're waiting for that, then I went back to my other Amazon bike thinking, well, okay, let's check that one out. And it's currently unavailable. So again, I'm noticing that this bike in particular, under all these different names and company names, it seems to fly in and fly out. So I don't know, that's not a great sign, is it? Right? You probably get what you pay for, and this one you just got to be patient, but hello. Oh. In under 5 hours. So yeah, that's not going to happen. Anyway, it's too bad. I was kind of hoping to get this or the other one. I guess I'm just going to have to hang tight, do some more research, but thought that'd be kind of interesting to see what we could come up with. Oh well. Yeah, and in 5 to 6 months, I mean, a lot can change, right? So don't know. I'm gonna hang back, see what else I can find. Maybe you guys got some other ideas. All right, y'all take care. See ya. Bye.